Hello, everyone. This is Rick, and welcome to Astral Club. This is your spirit guide manual. Before we get into it, just want to mention a few things. First of all, Patreon. If you'd like to join Astral Club, you can certainly do so on Patreon. When you join, you get a chat function where you can chat with everybody. There's a direct mail where you can direct mail me your questions and comments, and of course, you get your advanced videos on Sunday. And lastly, spiritual counseling. If you have had experiences that are of a spiritual nature that you just have questions about or concerns about, and it's not the kind of thing you could just talk about with your friends and family for fear that they'd ridicule you or they wouldn't believe you. Chances are I've had experiences like that, and I'd be glad to work with you. If that's something of interest, just go to the description and send me an email asking for more information. Okay, let's get started. And I put this in the form of a kind of outline, like a manual, for instance. Okay, your spirit guide manual. Here's a detailed manual covering summoning and working with the spirit guide, as well as an exploration of how a human might become a spirit guide after death. Okay, Spirit Guide Manual, Part 1, Understanding Spirit Guides. Okay, what is a spirit guide? A spirit guide is a non-physical entity, often associated with higher wisdom, who helps a living person navigate life, learn lessons, and fulfill their spiritual path. Spirit guides can take many forms. They can be ancestral spirits, animal spirits, ascended masters, angelic beings, or elemental/nature spirits. Each guide offers unique support depending on the seeker's life journey, challenges, and spiritual openness. Okay, Part 2. Summoning a Spirit Guide. Preparation. Before summoning a spirit guide, establish the right mindset and environment. First, you want to have clear intent. Know why you seek to contact your spirit guide. Clarity helps to align your energy with that of the guide. That's really important. Sacred space. Create a quiet space using candles, incense, or crystals. The recommended crystals, if you're into that, are amethyst or selenite. Spiritual hygiene. Cleanse yourself and your space. Techniques include smudging, taking a salt bath, or meditation. Techniques for summoning. Number 1, the meditation ritual. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. Visualize a protective light surrounding you. State your intention clearly, either silently or aloud. For example, I call upon my spirit guide of love and light to come forward and communicate with me. Now it's time to wait. Be open to any sensations, words, visions, or feelings. Oh, that's very important. Okay, next up, dream contact. Before sleep, keep a journal by your bed, and I recommend that for everybody. Say, Spirit Guide, I invite you to visit me in dreams tonight. Please help me remember our meeting. That part's really important. It's nice to meet your spirit guide, but it's even nicer to remember it. And then, of course, the reason for that journal, or your iPhone, or, whatever phone you have where you can record, your notes. Like, oh yeah, don't forget to buy eggs. Well, you can also use it to say, oh, I had this dream and I met my spirit guide and he was really nice and he said this, that, and the other thing. So it's really important to record your dreams immediately upon waking. When I tell people to record their dreams, it's very helpful. But if you want to keep it up, which is necessary, only put like basic sentences. You don't want to flesh out the whole thing. If you're writing pages and pages, you're not going to keep it up. I guarantee it. Instead, write a very short couple of sentences that will jog your memory the next time you read them. For those who are interested in such things, there are divination tools. You can use the tarot, runes, pendulums, or automatic writing to open channels of communication. Be careful with the automatic writing because you are allowing in an energy to work through you. Now, if you take a lot of precautions and have the purest of motives and you've done all the purification and what have you, chances are you're only going to attract higher vibrating beings. Lower vibrating beings don't like that kind of an atmosphere. At any rate, the divination tools aren't crucial, but if you're into that kind of stuff, if you have it, they might be a way to help to communicate with your spirit guide. And, to be on the safe side, always begin with a protective invocation. I like the section of the Bible in that psalm where it says, the Lord is with you and watching over you at all times. Whatever works for you. That's the important thing. If you've got some sort of religion or whatever your beliefs are, that are protective in nature, then use those. And as I said, for those raised as a Christian, Psalm 23 might work for you. That's the one that the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. That's the one that could be a good protective one for those at least raised as Christians. Okay, and these are some signs that your spirit guide is near. Sudden clarity or intuitive downloads, things that just suddenly come to you that were so troublesome and suddenly you see the answer that you were looking for. That might be your spirit guide helping you out. Another one is, and this is something that I know you've experienced before, many of you, because I certainly have, recurring numbers like 1111, symbols or animals. When you see that kind of stuff, like, if you have a favorite animal that you see over and over again, but those numbers at 1111, whenever I see that, I know my guide is around. That's his way of just saying, hey, just letting you know I'm here for you, So chances are you've seen some repetitive numbers too. I know many of you have. Another is unexplained chills or warm feelings or kind presences. You might have visions in meditation or dreams. Part 3 is working with your spirit guide, building the relationship. You might want to do daily check-ins, like, set aside 5 or 10 minutes just to tune in, to communicate with your guide. Make sure you show gratitude. Acknowledge and thank your guide, even for small insights. I've already mentioned journaling, writing down communications and signs that you observe that you believe are messages from your spirit guide. Always be aware of ethical considerations. Spirit guides will never demand anything from you. They won't try to manipulate you, and they won't instill fear. If you experience some sort of overbearing, quote-unquote, guide, and you feel that it's trying to manipulate you or make you afraid, that is not your guide. That is something else altogether, and you want to dispel that at your earliest convenience. Because if a presence feels controlling or unsettling, you have to terminate the contact and spiritually cleanse your space all over again. But that shouldn't happen as long as you keep everything pure and your ethics pure. as well as the cleanliness of your space. Common roles of a spirit guide. They may nudge you towards growth opportunities. They won't demand it. They won't force you. They might just give you little hints, a little nudge here, a little nudge there. They can offer emotional and spiritual insight. They can warn you about potential dangers. I know mine has. I think he saved my life once. It usually comes through intuition, though, which is why you really have to listen to your inner voice, because it might not just be you talking to you. And also, they can help with spiritual healing or recovery processes. Part 4, and this is only of interest to a certain number of you. I mean, there's no guilt or anything. It's if you feel drawn to become a spirit guide after death, this is a little bit of information about that. Can a human become a spirit guide? Yes. Humans can evolve into spirit guides under certain conditions, often over time and through soul growth. This is especially common in traditions involving ancestor reverence or soul contracts. Many of you may have made soul contracts before you even were born. Some of you may have said, hey, I want to set myself up so I can become a spirit guide. It's a tough job. It's not very glamorous. If you think it is, you're mistaken. It's a lot of hard work, and it can really tear at your emotions. So you really have to have the purest of motives to actually decide to become a spirit guide. Okay, the path to becoming a spirit guide, spiritual evolution. After death, a soul undergoes life review and healing. Souls that have lived with compassion, self-awareness, and wisdom may choose to serve as guides to the living. Okay. Number 2, choice and consent. A soul must choose to become a guide. The living must also be open to the soul's guidance. Consent is mutual. Special cases. Ancestral guides often watch over family lines. Children or loved ones who pass early may become protective spirits. Mystics and teachers may continue their work as spirit guides post-mortem. Continuing connection. After a loved one passes, honoring their memory and inviting their presence through prayer, dreams, or altars can open the door to a guide relationship. Signs that your spirit guide may be guiding you include hearing their voice in your intuition, your recurring dreams, or synchronicities tied to their memory. Conclusion, the human-spirit partnership. Working with a spirit guide is not about control. It is a partnership built on trust, clarity, and resonance. The more you align with your higher self, the easier this communication becomes. Likewise, the journey beyond death may not be an ending, but a transformation. Those who seek wisdom in life may continue to offer it in the spirit world, guiding others along the same path they once walked. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. If you liked it, please hit the like button. Share it with those of like mind. Subscribe if you haven't already. Please give me your comments and questions. Have you ever communicated with your spirit guide? How did it go? How did you do it? Let us know. Or did you see repeating numbers like 1111? Let me know. Did you know that was a little hint that your guide was around? Anything you've got on that area, just put it in the comments section or questions. As always, this is Rick, and I will see you on the astral plane.